Russell Westbrook has now had 2 seasons in a row where he averaged a triple-double. And that's a huge accomplishment. Only 3 seasons in the history of the NBA have ever had a player average a triple-double. Russell Westbrook now has 2 of them. And that's crazy. But this has brought on an onslaught of outrage. People are angry. Russell Westbrook's padding his stats. Everybody's mad at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook clearly could not do this naturally. He's obviously going out of his way to go get rebounds. That's what everybody's saying. That's the narrative around Russell Westbrook right now, that Russell Westbrook is padding his stats. So I don't know. Maybe Russell Westbrook is going out of his way to get rebounds so he can average a triple-double. But I think that's silly. I think Russell Westbrook plays 110% all the time. He gives everything he has. But fine, let's agree with it. Let's assume Russell Westbrook does pad his stats. I'll go with it for a minute. So if an NBA player is so good that they can manipulate their own stats to look better, doesn't that just show how good they are? So if Russell Westbrook is so good, he can pad his stats. Isn't that actually just a testament to how good he is rather than an indictment? People are looking at it the wrong way. Maybe he is padding his stats. Fine. But that just shows he's so good, he can manipulate his stats. That's unbelievable. Imagine this. Imagine a salesman. And this salesman is so good, he can try to sell more of the third type of product he has. He's such a good salesman, he's that much in control. He can not only focus on selling as much product as possible, he can focus on selling more of the third type of product. All that does is show he's a great salesman. He's completely in control. He's cruising. He's great. Russell Westbrook, even if he is padding his stats, his stats are so good, Russell Westbrook is being accused of padding his stats. All that would show, if Russell Westbrook is padding his stats, all that would show is the dude's so good, he can manipulate his stats to make him look better. And a criticism I hear is this. Well, LeBron James could average a triple-double if he tried. Okay, fine. Maybe LeBron James could average a triple-double. Hey, guess what, though? LeBron James has never done that. He could. But again, it's an insult. Sorry, it's a compliment rather than an insult. If someone's saying, LeBron James never averaged a triple-double, but he could if he wanted, all that does is compliment Russell Westbrook. It doesn't actually insult him. I get comments sometimes. Because here's the thing. If someone's comparing you to the best, if someone's comparing Russell Westbrook to the best player in the world and possibly probably not, it's probably Michael Jordan, but potentially there's an argument that LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. And you're comparing Russell Westbrook to LeBron James, that's good for Russell Westbrook. I get comments all the time. I get backhanded. People are trying to be angry at me. People are trying to be mean to me on YouTube. They say, you're just a poor man's Colin Cowherd. And I'm like, oh, is that supposed to break my soul? It makes me happy. I'm 21 years old. I'm in college. I'm taking 18 credits. And you're comparing me to, in my opinion, the greatest sports radio host of all time? That doesn't hurt my feelings. That makes me happy. Comparing Russell Westbrook to LeBron is not an insult. That's just a compliment. If someone's comparing you to the best, hey, even if they're not saying you are the best, even if they're not saying you're as good as the best, to be mentioned in the same sentence, that's pretty dang cool. So I don't understand. I think people are reading this the wrong way. If Russell Westbrook is actually so good, he can manipulate his stats and pad his stats. That's unbelievable. That's a testament to how good Russell Westbrook is. Now, the question is this to me. This is the most important question with Russell Westbrook. Will Russell Westbrook's triple-doubles and will that type of play continue in the playoffs? Because Russell Westbrook is now in the playoffs. And in the playoffs, people play differently. You don't care about stats. You don't care about anything. You are simply trying to win. All you are trying to do in the playoffs is win games. You're not going to try to go get 2 more rebounds to make your stats look good. I think it's interesting. Game 1 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Jazz, Russell Westbrook just missed a triple-double. Now, ironically, the way he missed a triple-double was this. He had 37 points, he had 13 rebounds. He only had 8 assists. So if he's goosing rebounds, if he's going out of his way to get more rebounds, he would have had less than 10. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. But he was 2 assists away from averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. And in the playoffs, again, nobody cares about stats. I'm going to monitor this the rest of the series. If Russell Westbrook averages a triple-double during this series, I don't know that you can accuse him of padding stats. Because I think in the playoffs, you and I can both agree, he's just playing. He's not trying to pad his stats in the playoffs. Nobody would. That'd be stupid. You are simply trying to walk out of every game with a win. And if it happens 100% naturally in the playoffs, great. But even if he is, I just don't understand. Even if Russell Westbrook is padding his stats, accusing him of that is simply a compliment. It's not an insult. Comparing Russell Westbrook to LeBron James, accusing him of padding his stats, all that is a testament to how good Russell Westbrook is. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever it is. If you understand Reddit, that'd be a big help. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by sharing it with your friends. And if you really love Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Google Play, everywhere you find podcasts. Subscribe and help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports.